And check it out. I think we're live. Hello, people of the Facebooks and YouTubes. Good morning, Summer Walters, executive producer. Look at that. She's already joining us and saying hello. I am so, what's the word? Not even excited. Just hopped up on lack of sleep and energy that Kim is here with us today. The one and only Kim Estes, which I now can finally go. I like your decoration in the front there. See, I have a mic, but you have an Emmy. What? That's a whole nother story that if we have time, I want to kind of get into.
We'll get into that if we have time.
Good morning, Brandon Poehler. He is our producer. I like that our team is checking in with us right now. Or are they checking up on us? That might be. Right. So for those of you who are tuning in and watching us, I see you on the YouTubes as well. If you comment, we can see all your comments live. So ask us questions, say hello, let us know you're there. So Kim, it's interesting because we came together for this film. I needed somebody who was sort of debonair and came across as super, I don't know what the word is, well-traveled, well-schooled, well-scholared in the world of music. And you're like, well, how did you get to me again? But what was awesome was when I put the casting out, at least 7 different people posted, you gotta know Kim Estes. I didn't even know they were tagging you because we might not have been Facebook friends at the time. But everybody thought of you immediately. How does that feel? What does that make you feel like? Too much pressure.
It makes me feel absolutely wonderful. I do believe, as always, I will tell people, I'm one of the luckiest guys on the planet. Because I've got such great friends and they're so loyal. And for some reason, I'm in their frontal lobe. So when things pop out that just might fit, I come up. And so I will get a note, but I don't think I got any of those, Jen.
Yeah. I don't think we're Facebook friends yet. That's so funny. Good morning, Chris Edgar. He is saying hi to you as well. He is our composer of the film. I see more people are popping into YouTube. So once again, just comment, let us know you're here. Ask questions as they come up. So Brandon DuBois is, Catherine wrote I wish, Catherine, if you're here, I want you to let me know because I want to talk to you about this character you wrote. I'm assuming it came from someone that she's known in her life, composers. He's just such an interesting cameo. I feel like you're a bigger role than you are when I think about Brandon DuBois. That might say something about you and how you hold yourself, you know?
Geez, thank you. I bet it was somebody she knew. I bet it was somebody out of her life experience.
It had to be.
Because it was written so genuinely. It was written so carefully. And
and you put so much heart into it, which I'm going to show a clip here in a second. There's just such a nice moment where Josh meets you, his idol, on his adventure with Charlotte. And there's just, you don't even, in this clip I picked, you don't even say that much, but I picked it because I want to show this love and genuine, spirit that you radiate throughout. So let's take a look.
And you are?
Hi, I'm Brandon DuBois. I'm sorry, no, you're Mr. DuBois. I'm Josh. Yes, hi. I'm a fan.
You don't say.
Yes, no. I was only 9 years old the first time I saw you conduct. It was All Saints Symphony at the hall, and I used to pretend to be you. I would set up stuffed animals and have them be my orchestra. So I just love you in a very platonic, just sort of admiration kind of way.
Well, thank you.
Did you hear the sound on that? Because I just realized it was playing on the wrong speaker. Okay. Yeah. You guys, YouTube and Facebook, did you get the sound on that? It's one of my favorite scenes in the entire film. I've probably watched it a million times at this point and I still giggle and laugh. It's just so adorable. And you brought that, I don't think a lot of actors would say, yes, one, to a director they don't know, for a role that's like a sort of half-day role for indie film money, and you were just like, "Sure, let's do it." Was there a philosophy behind that?
That one of the reasons is the fact that you are Jenn Page.
Mm.
So
But you didn't know Jenn Page.
Yeah, but other people knew Jenn Page.
Oh.
So it was sort of like that was the no-brainer piece, yeah. And then the other piece is just and there's the intrigue. Now I get to know you, get to work with you, get to stretch from that place where maybe I had been working with people before, but now I get to meet somebody else. I get to meet Jenn Page, work with her, and also that also stretches because you get to meet that whole other family of hers. Whoever she chose to be in this film is now part of her family, or going to be part of her family if they're not already. So it's always a beautiful thing for me. The no's are carefully chosen to hang on the non-existent side. The yeses are predominant in my life.
And that's interesting.
And there are reasons for those. I mean, especially when someone says Jenn Page. Okay. Get on the phone. Who's Jenn Page?
Let's hope that a studio executive finally gets that message so that we can go make a really big film together. Good morning, Barbara Oler. She was in our film as well. This is exciting to see. It's exciting to see it. It's finally that we have this air of like, after all this time, we're finally coming out. You know, you don't probably know the story, and a lot of people watching may not know that we basically finished this last year finally, but then you wait a year for film festivals to give you your yeses. And we finally got all these yeses this year. And then the apocalypse happened and we are not going to have any festival premieres. I mean, they're online, it's not the same. I want to come have a red carpet night with you and, with all of our cast, and it's kind of a bummer, but I'm glad that we get to do these sort of one-on-ones with each other and revisit the show and kind of bring the energy back up, I guess, in this weird year of 2020 and filmmaker broken dreams all over the city. What are you doing now? What is happening in your life? I mean, actors don't have much to do right now, do you?
Well, like I told you at the start of this show, I'm one of the luckiest boys on the planet. Just because there are people who maybe, at some point in time in your life, I'm a big fan of, and a big fan of thinking that you are a part of everyone you meet. So people I've met at festivals, when we did have festivals, people who I've met at different events because of the Emmys and all the events they used to have. They haven't had any this year, nor will they, I think, have big gatherings. But all those people, you are a bit, and you've got the 5 to 10 seconds to impress them. So they call. So they say, Kim, we're doing this Zoom thing. So we've been doing, I can say Zoom, right? I can say the word. So,
yeah. Okay. I mean, it's not as good as StreamYard, which is what we're on.
That's right. StreamYard. You're right. That trumps Zoom. But what has happened is that these things, they have asked people to participate. I'm one of those people. So whether it's I will tell you, and some of the Zoom plays and some of the Zoom readings have been very exciting, and they are just little pieces of the cobblestone path. Because when this breaks open, when we get right on the other side of COVID, boom, it's going to happen. So I'm just happy to have participated, and the voiceover auditions don't stop.
That's great.
The commercial auditions are taking place right on my computer. The theatrical auditions, my friends at Collect or WeTransfer are my best friends. I would pay a lot of money just to also, but it's free, so it's but I would pay because they are just champions, and so it has allowed me to do a lot of fun stuff and play with people more through this medium. So what's coming up? As soon as we're done, I've got scripts, 3 of them on my desk, and they're going to bounce into production. One I was shooting the last week of Liberty. At the first week of March, we were in Denver, Colorado. We came back here for the location in Los Angeles. The first week of March, boom, done, closed. So I was like, we got to finish that. And we got to shoot some more stuff coming up down the road. So I'm very fortunate. I'm very lucky. I like I will call this the COVID pause. And there's two things that have to do with COVID. One is the COVID pause. The other one is the you remember we were all freshmen at some point in time. So whether it was freshman in high school, freshman in college, and we got the freshman 15, which are extra pounds that you gained. Well,
I got the COVID 12.
You got the COVID 19. So that's what I got the COVID 19. So we're waiting for that to break open so we can get free of these extra pounds. But I will say that the pause has caused you to reflect on what really is important to you, and to gather those resources, have those conversations with people, and of course, then we have the also which enters into this whole story is the Black Lives Matter issue on my side of the fence, and that's me personally educating my friends and family and fans about events in the world and the universe. And so I've taken that on as something that I do personally. So yeah, there's lots and lots of stuff to do.
So, but we can't go without talking about your giant golden statue. Like, I think that you're a study in perseverance and belief in yourself. And you know what? Like, did you go into that going, oh, I'm going to win an Emmy? Or was it complete and utter shock and surprise?
Again, utter surprise, shock, because Kirk Novak and a group of people decided to shoot this little mini series, this little digital series with 6 episodes. And I got a call from him, and he says, you were recommended by whomever. I think it was one of 6 people, maybe it may even been his wife, and Gilchrist and others in the cast. And so you were recommended for this role, and I'm going, okay, who are you? And so we started. I came in to read, and then we shot the next week. We started shooting next week, so we got 6 episodes. No, you just do these things and you put it out there, and it's funny. The ladies were funny. They were funny as hell, and I just played their boss, so I'm the straight guy. So when this thing comes up and it's done, and another one of my friends said, hey, did you do anything this year? I go, yeah, I shot a web series, digital series. They said, well, you that needs to be submitted for the Emmy consideration. I go, okay, so how do I? So, because I'm a member of the Television Academy. So we got everything done. We got all this. I mean, and this is like this is the heart and soul of this business, because it was based on sheer minimum budgets and like next to nothing. And this thing gets up into Emmy consideration. And then we do go through the campaign. And I had a great campaign partner. I need to tell you, it's Kelsey Scott, who's one of the most brilliant people on the planet. She was also nominated for at that year Fear the Walking Dead Passage. So we're arm in arm at every Emmy event, and we are talking about ourselves and talking about them. So we get nominated, both of us. So here we are. We're at the next level. This is like, I don't know, some of these strange video games that you're playing. You got to get past the gates, and once you get into that gate, now we're at this gate to go, okay, now the work really starts. So then we start working again, and we go through the campaign. And fortunately, when they called my name, my wife said that I ran her over. And when she's sitting on the aisle, and I put her actually on the aisle. I didn't think that I was going to go up there. I had the competition was tremendous. And so it's like, snowball's chance, right? And then they called my name, and I wanted to get up there before they realized they had the wrong envelope. So I ran up there and got my breath, and then thanked my family and my friends and fans. And no, it was not expected. You work hard and you do things, and the planets align, and it just so happened, according to Bonnie Gillespie, my planet was in the right spot at the right time. So it happened. And I'm extremely grateful to everybody along the path, because every little inch of everybody contributed to who I am as the person. So,
is that online? Can we see that?
Absolutely. That me accepting that speach?
Well, that too, but I want to see the series.
You want the
performance?
Yeah. It is. As I tell people, do not Google search Dix alone, it's got to be Dix the series.
Okay.
And don't do it on the corporate computer. Whatever you do, it'll get you in trouble with IT. But Dix the series should come up as the 6 episodes in there. And I think Kirk recently made sure it was up there because it's notable press how the small little independent, no budget shooting with volunteering friends and how do you do that? How do you do it? It's a for I tell my friends and family, if you've ever watched a baseball game where someone stole home, that is what I consider this. I snuck in there and with speed and energy and faith, just slid in and stole home, and then I get to take this home with me. So,
and then it starts all over again.
It does. It starts all over again because as I've heard many people talk about the winning of prizes and trophies and acknowledgement. And this is a peer trophy, so it's my peers who put my name in the box. The acknowledgement of awards really continue. It's your continuation note to continue to do the work. It doesn't mean that great things you're going to be next movie. I'm going to be with Denzel, or the next movie I'm going to be with Sidney Poitier, or the next movie I'm going to be with anyone. But it just means you continue the work. You have to continue to strive. And
it's mind-boggling to me that you have not been in that level of film. Like who do we need to introduce you to? To get I know so many talented people that you're just they work hard, they've put in the time, they bring it to the project. Like I said, the same thing you did with Beethoven. It's gonna be one of my life's missions to make sure that I'm already working to get my series and my TV episodes. So I'm just bringing people like you through the door with me.
And that is very much appreciated. And it's a matter, I believe all of it is, it's a matter of not who I know personally, but who gets to know me. And that they will get to know me at some point in time. I will make myself, I will put myself on their frontal lobe. So as they're thinking of projects, and it's, what is it, Jen? It's, I was talking to, when I was in Criminal Minds, sitting at the table, and the casting director says to one of the stars, "Oh, I was shooting this movie with Tom Cruise and you weren't available." I talked to the manager, and she says, she says, "I could not think of anybody else I wanted to spend the next 45 days with." And that's it. Who do you want to spend the next 45 days with when you're shooting a film? Who is of the quality range of people? Who are those people? So I want to be that person who any casting director or any director wants to spend the next 45 days with, because of not just what I bring to the screen, but personality-wise, ability to work within a team and to make sure that we get the job done. And it should end that way. It should be that way that we get the job done. So anyway,
I can vouch for you. You send people to me for recommendations, and I will vouch. They're crazy if they hire anybody else. It was not saying it was a pleasure to have you on Beethoven is not even enough. I think it was lucky. I feel lucky that we had that, even though it's a short time. I feel lucky that we got to work together so that you are now in my tribe. And I do have you to call on for things.
Yeah. And it's the mutual factor that I am just so fortunate to be in that spot where I can stay in your frontal lobe for a while, which is really nice. And that's where I want to be.
If you're watching, we're wrapping up. So if you have any burning questions or just any fun questions or just want to say hello, pop your comments in Facebook or YouTube. And what was I going to say to you before we left? Well, I think it goes back to Brandon DuBois, and just I love that we threw you in to be a composer, which you had no idea what you were doing at the time, right? But when you watch it, there's just such this sweet air of you faked it till you made it the whole time, and it's believable and it's lovely, and you're just there's such a presence that you bring to every moment on screen. So I just can't wait till you finally get to bring that to the big screens of Hollyweird.
I will. It's just a matter of time. I will get there. There's no doubt. Because people like you, it'll happen. That's just the way. It's the way this little strange world works. And then, of course, I'm always extremely grateful that you took an opportunity to push me to get in this film. So I'm happy. So thank you for the call.
Feeling is mutual. Thank everybody so much for hanging out with us this morning. I hope everybody is doing well. We will be on video on demand in hopefully September. More announcements on that to come. Brandon wanted to finish up with a question. Kim, it was a pleasure working with you, a true professional and a humble personality, truly a blessing. Thank you for everything that you have done for our project. I second that with high stuff. Thank you for joining us. And see you on the other side.